3 things that cause inflammation according to Dr. Mindy Pelz.
Why are we so inflamed? And what is the problem? So I don't know if you've heard this before, but hopefully you have, that they say the root of all chronic disease is chronic inflammation.
Have you ever wondered why you feel tired, sluggish, or just not your best even when you're trying to stay healthy? Chronic inflammation might be the hidden culprit behind it all. Inflammation isn't always a bad thing, as your body uses it to heal injuries and fight infections. But when it sticks around for too long, it can lead to serious issues like weight gain, poor energy, and even diseases like diabetes or heart problems. Dr. Mindy Pelz, a leading expert in functional health and fasting, has helped thousands of people around the world regain their health through simple and science-backed strategies. She focuses on understanding the root causes of health issues, including chronic inflammation, and how to fix them with natural solutions. In this video, we'll explore 3 common things Dr. Mindy Pelz says could be driving inflammation in your body without you even realizing it. The good news? These triggers are things you can control and improve with small changes in your daily life. So, are you ready to learn how to take control of inflammation and start feeling your best? Let's explore Dr. Mindy Pelz's insights and find out what's really causing the problem. But before we dive into the causes, let's take a moment to understand why it's so important to control inflammation in the first place.
So when we're in a state of chronic inflammation, the body is telling you that it's under a crisis. And in order to handle this crisis, it has brought on this immune response. That's what inflammation is, that it's brought on this immune response to protect it. Now, with that understanding in mind, then we have to look at some of the signs and symptoms of chronic inflammation. And they can be everything from joint pain, like aches and pains, to brain fog, to bloating, to trouble with hormones. Hormones can be an inflammatory problem.
Inflammation is a natural part of your body's healing process, but when it becomes chronic, it can silently harm your health over time. Dr. Mindy Pelz explains that while short-term inflammation helps fight infections and repair injuries, chronic inflammation is different. It's like a fire that never fully goes out. This persistent inflammation can damage your cells and is linked to serious health problems, including diabetes, heart disease, autoimmune conditions, and even mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Controlling inflammation is essential because it doesn't just affect one part of your body, it impacts everything from your energy levels to your immune system. By understanding and managing the key causes of chronic inflammation, you can reduce your risk of disease, improve your overall health, and feel more vibrant every day.
When we are chronically in a state of eating the wrong foods, not moving our body, not getting light, thinking horrible thoughts, chronic barrage of physical, emotional, and chemical toxins, what happens is that cell creates some inflammation around the outside of this membrane so that those toxic things don't get into the cell. But the other thing, now that it has like a wall up, now that it's not an amoeba that's allowing it to flow in and out, now that it has this protective mechanism in it, it can't bring your vitamins in. It can't bring your hormones in. It can't bring the good things in because the cell is on shutdown.
Our environment plays a huge role in inflammation. If we're constantly exposed to stress, poor food choices, negative emotions, and toxins, our cells go into protection mode, creating an inflammatory response to prevent further damage. This response leads to cell walls becoming shut down, preventing essential nutrients and hormones from entering the cell, which affects overall health and healing.
So we have to start to look at inflammation as the body's initial step at saying there is a crisis at hand and I'm going to do everything I can to protect myself. But we also have to look at inflammation as a systemic problem.
Inflammation isn't just a short-term issue like a sprained ankle. It's a systemic problem. While acute inflammation is normal and healing, like with an ankle injury, chronic inflammation is a sign of the body's ongoing struggle. Dr. Pelz stresses the importance of addressing this by creating a healing environment for our cells to reduce inflammation and promote recovery. Now that we understand the impact of inflammation on our health, Let's dive into the three main things that Dr. Mindy Pelz identifies as the key causes of chronic inflammation.
So, when it comes to cellular healing, there are three areas I really want you to think about. First is one way that we can start to really heal the outer part of these cells is to look at our nutrition.
The first thing that can cause inflammation is poor nutrition. In nutrition, there are three critical factors that play a major role in driving or reducing inflammation in the body. The first is the type of oils we include in our diet.
And when we look at our nutrition through the lens of inflammation, the number one thing that causes your cells to inflame, this outer cellular membrane, are the wrong oils. So you've heard of insulin resistance, hopefully. Insulin resistance is where your cells can't allow insulin to push glucose in. And everybody thinks that insulin resistance is a too much sugar issue. And yeah, I mean, insulin resistance is not, sugar leads to insulin resistance, but actually the number one thing that's worse than sugar for insulin resistance are the bad oils.
Bad oils are one of the biggest culprits when it comes to poor nutrition and chronic inflammation. Dr. Mindy Pelz highlights that oils like canola, sunflower, safflower, vegetable, soybean, and partially hydrogenated oils can significantly damage your health. These oils inflame the outer membrane of your cells, making it harder for essential nutrients and hormones to enter and do their job. Over time, this leads to issues like insulin resistance, where your cells struggle to process glucose efficiently. Shockingly, bad oils can be even more harmful than sugar in this regard. To counter this, it's crucial to replace bad oils with good ones. Healthy fats rich in omega-3s, such as clean salmon or high-quality supplements, can repair the inflammation around your cells. By making this switch, you're not only reducing inflammation, but also helping your cells function more effectively, which supports your overall health.
The second thing for cellular inflammation with nutrition is your sugar load. Of course, ultra-processed foods. These are your highly refined sugars, your highly refined flours. They're causing this cellular inflammation, and most of the time they're mixed with the bad oils. So this is why you'll hear me over and over and over again talk about nature's carbs. Nature's carbs, nature's carbs. That's what I want you to focus on, is nature's carbs. These are carbs that come out of the earth. Your fruits, your vegetables, they have fiber in them.
The second factor to watch out for is your sugar intake, particularly from processed foods and refined carbs. These include products made with white flour, high fructose corn syrup, and other artificial sugars. Dr. Pelz warns that these foods not only spike your blood sugar, but are often combined with bad oils, creating a double hit to your health. Instead, focus on nature's carbs, like fruits and vegetables. These are packed with fiber, which slows down sugar absorption and supports your body's natural processes. For example, swap chips or white bread for carrots, apples, or other whole foods. By choosing fiber-rich carbs that come straight from nature, you can satisfy your cravings while reducing cellular inflammation.
And then the third on nutrition is something that you're hearing me talk more and more about, which is obesogens. In Eat Like a Girl, I have list after list after list of obesogens. And obesogens are toxins that are allowed in our food, and our body senses them as trauma.
The third critical area is avoiding toxins in processed foods, known as obesogens. These are chemicals found in certain packaged and processed foods that your body sees as a form of trauma. Obesogens trigger inflammation at the cellular level, further contributing to health problems like weight gain and hormone imbalances. Dr. Pelz emphasizes that it's not about counting calories or macros first, it's about removing toxic foods that harm your body. Switching to clean, whole foods without artificial additives is a powerful way to reduce inflammation and support your overall health. Second cause of inflammation is stress that many of us experience daily.
The second category for inflammation, I keep saying it over and over again, and I want to make sure I really highlight this because this was Bruce Lipton's work. And that is careful what you think, because your thoughts can create cellular inflammation.
Stress can directly affect our cells, causing inflammation. This connection is supported by Bruce Lipton's research, which shows that negative thoughts and stressors can trigger inflammation at the cellular level. Stress doesn't just come from external sources, it's also deeply influenced by our thoughts and the environments we place ourselves in. If we constantly think negative or anxious thoughts, our bodies interpret this as a threat, triggering an inflammatory response to protect itself. This is why it's crucial to be mindful of the thoughts we allow into our minds. Stressful and negative thinking can lead to long-term inflammation if it's not managed. The environments we expose ourselves to, whether through the media we consume, the people we interact with, or the situations we endure, also have a significant impact on our stress levels. Dr. Pelz recommends being intentional about what we feed our minds, just as we are with our bodies. Surrounding ourselves with positivity and seeking out resources like books, podcasts, and other uplifting content can help reframe our thoughts.
We have circadian rhythm, we have hormonal rhythm, and when we are putting ourselves out of our natural rhythms, the body responds by inflaming.
Moreover, sleep disrupts the body's natural rhythms, including circadian and hormonal rhythms, which are vital for maintaining overall balance. Circadian rhythms regulate the sleep-wake cycle, and hormonal rhythms control the release of hormones that manage everything from metabolism to stress response. When these rhythms are thrown off by stress, the body enters a state of imbalance, triggering inflammation as a protective mechanism. This is because inflammation is the body's way of signaling that something is wrong and needs attention. However, when this response becomes chronic, it can hinder the body's ability to repair and maintain healthy cellular function. For example, disrupted circadian rhythms can lead to poor sleep quality, further elevating stress and increasing inflammatory responses. Managing stress and supporting these rhythms through relaxation, proper sleep, and mindful practices is crucial for reducing inflammation and restoring balance in the body.
The chronic foods that people eat to cause chronic inflammation and disease is anything a man-made, human-made, both men and women. It is this ultra-processed, ultra-refined food is absolutely destroying the world right now. It's contributing to chronic inflammation and chronic disease. And you mix that with the packaging. There's a lot of discussion right now about microplastics being in everything and how harmful that is to our system.
Foods often found in supermarkets are not only detrimental to our health, but also to our planet. They are loaded with artificial additives, preservatives, and unhealthy fats, which can trigger inflammation in the body. These man-made foods, which range from packaged snacks to sugary drinks, are highly refined and stripped of their natural nutrients. The result? A lack of essential vitamins and minerals that your body needs for optimal health, while still being filled with ingredients that fuel inflammation. Additionally, many ultra-processed foods hide toxic substances, like microplastics and chemicals under labels like natural flavors, which can disrupt the body's natural functions and contribute to long-term health issues such as heart disease, diabetes, and autoimmune disorders. Being aware of these ingredients is essential for making informed decisions that protect your health.
And with that, I'm going to really encourage you to learn how to read a label. This is why I did a whole section on it in Eat Like a Girl.
Dr. Mindy Pelz emphasizes the importance of reading food labels carefully to make healthier choices and reduce inflammation. Just because a product is available at your supermarket doesn't mean it's healthy. Labels like natural or healthy can be misleading, as many products contain harmful additives, artificial flavors, and unhealthy oils. Dr. Pelz advises familiarizing yourself with the ingredients list and avoiding items with long and unfamiliar chemicals. Opting for foods in their natural state is the key to minimizing chronic inflammation. Returning to whole, natural food that comes directly from nature is crucial for reducing inflammation and improving overall health. By avoiding ultra-processed foods and embracing a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and healthy fats, you can significantly lower inflammation and enhance your well-being. A simple approach to eating, where food is as close to its natural form as possible, can make a profound difference in preventing chronic inflammation and the diseases it causes. In conclusion, chronic inflammation is a silent force that can impact every aspect of our health. But by making simple changes in our lifestyle, we can significantly reduce its effects. By being mindful of what we eat, cutting out harmful oils, managing stress, and avoiding ultra-processed foods, we can support our bodies and lower inflammation. Taking the time to make mindful food choices and prioritize whole, natural ingredients helps support our body's ability to function at its best. Remember, small, consistent changes can lead to big improvements over time. By staying informed, focusing on balance, and caring for our physical and mental health, we can break the cycle of chronic inflammation and promote long-term wellness. Make the choice to prioritize your health today, and your body will thank you for it tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and stay healthy.